Hello, my lovely crochet fans. Today we're going to be making a summer dress, crochet summer dress. And I'm going to be using white, yellow, and this beautiful pink. Now this white and yellow is a kobu. This pink comes from Joy Live knitting yarn on Amazon. I am putting a link in the pattern so you guys can get this color, but you can use any color you want. This yarn is kind of similar to the kobu yarn, so if you just want to get another color in the kobu, then you can do that. I'm also using a G hook, and of course you're going to need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. Now we're going to start off with white, and the first part of this dress will be sizes for small, medium, large, extra large, and extra large. Now I'm going to be doing the large, so for the large I'm going to be chaining 200 stitches. So for us to get started, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain my 200 stitches, and then when I get back I will show you the next part of this dress. Okay, so as you can see, I have finished my chain, and now we're going to join our chain, but we're going to be very careful as not to twist our chain. So I'm going to try really hard not to twist it, and we're just going to join to the very last stitch here. There we go, and we have joined our chain. And now we're going to change our colors, and I'm going to start with the pink, and I'm just going to go over and make a chain 2, so 1 and 2. Okay, and now we're going to lay it out, and we need to mark the center of our chain here. So now I just need something, and I have a bobby pin, and I'm just going to mark the very center of the chain at the end here, so right here. Just gonna mark it, and there we go. And now go ahead and cut off our white. We don't need that right now. And now we're going to be working with the pink, and what we're going to do is we're going to half double crochet all the way to this center part here, and then in the center we're going to put 2 half double crochet, chain 2 half double crochet, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet all the way until we get to the very last stitch up here, and in the very last stitch right up here we're going to put 2 half double crochet, chain 2 half double crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up off camera, and of course I'll show you what it looks like bit by bit, and then when we get back I'll show you what we need to do next.
So really you ain't gonna hit me back, yeah. Now it's all just you got me on blast, damn. You're over it, I've been done. We're so toxic, can't get enough. Ooh, I'll go and say it like a mantra. You know what you want, do ya? Oh hell no, I won't bleed the monster, no matter what you tell yourself. Oh, I should have known that we could never be friends. I hear you.
Okay, so I went ahead and I finished rounds 2 and 3. Now I've already cut off my pink yarn, and now we're going to go back and attach our white, and we're going to do 1 round of single crochet in white. We're going to chain 2, pull all of our strings to make sure everything is nice and tight, and then we're just going to go ahead and do 1 round of just single crochet all the way around.
Just thought we could, but we could never be friends. We could never be friends. We could never be friends.
Okay, so I went ahead and I finished round 4. Now we're going to do round 5 and 6, and round 5 and 6 is done in yellow. So I went ahead and I cut my white, and I'm just going to pull that down, and I'm going to chain 2 with my yellow, so 1 and 2, and rounds 5 and 6 are just half double crochet in each stitch while putting the 2 half double crochet, chain 2 half double crochet in the little chain 2 spaces. Now after we do this the rounds 5 and 6, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna repeat rounds 1 through 6 all over again. And then once that is done, then when we get back after that, I will come back and show you what you need to do next.
We can never be friends. You feel a type of way, well that's fantastic. Nothing to something and now it's drastic. Don't tell your friends we're so done. It never ends. You having fun. Oh, well, go and say it like a mantra. You know what you want, do ya? Oh, hell no, I won't play the monster no matter what you tell yourself. I should have known that we could never be friends. I hear you just thought we could, but we could never be friends. We could never be friends. We could never be friends.
Okay, so I went ahead and as you can see, I finished all of my rounds. I did rounds 1 through 6 twice, and this is what I have so far. Now I went ahead and I put my points together, and I've also cut off my yarn. I'm just going to go ahead and secure this right here just like that. There we go. I'm gonna secure that. Now I brought the points together because now what we're going to do is we are going to count from our points here. So there are sizes small, medium, large, extra large, and extra extra large. You're gonna pick whatever the numbers, whatever size you were doing, you're gonna pick that number, and then that number you will count from the point on the front and the back. Clearly this will be the back, and then this will be the front, but you're gonna count from here, you're gonna count out, and then you're gonna mark. So I have this little scrap piece of yarn, so I'm going to count out my number, and I'm gonna start here, and of course the space, which is here, does not count as a stitch. You need to go to the next stitch.
like two fires, movement so graceful. Wildcat in the jungle with dangerous claws. Movement she anticipates, a sight is set on her prey. Like stars in the darkest night, crystallized, fascinating. If you wanna stay alive, if you don't wanna be her prey, don't stand in her way.
Okay, so now that we have all of our stitch markers in place, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started on the next round, which would be round 7. Since we stopped on our yellow for the last round, then our next color would be white. We do our 1 round of single crochet in white while still putting our 2 single crochet, chain 2 single crochet in the corner. Now, once we get to the end, let's say we start here and we get to the end over here, then we're going to just join, and I'm gonna show you how to join. So first, let's go ahead and let's attach our white yarn here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attach my white yarn, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a chain, and I'm going to just chain 2, and we can pull this out because we don't need it anymore. And I'm gonna crochet over my tail, and now I'm gonna put a single crochet in the same stitch, and then I'm just gonna single crochet all the way to the center.
Run away, crystallize, 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 watching her prey, crystallize, 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 fascinate.
Okay, so right when you get to your chain 2 space, you're gonna do exactly what I said, which was the 2 single crochet, and then we chain 2, 1 and 2, and then 2 more single crochet in that same chain 2 space. And then we're just going to continue to single crochet all the way to our next stitch marker.
Don't stand, don't say, don't look back, she anticipates. No chance if you become prey. 2 stars in the darkest night, her crystallized, fascinate. Her movements, she feels your heartbeat, an animal fear. Her beauty is unreal, just beat feet out of here.
If you wanna stay alive, if you don't wanna be her prey, don't stand in her way. Run, run, run away. Crystallize, 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 watching her prey. Crystallize, 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 fascinate.
Okay, so I'm at my stitch marker now. Okay, so I went in to my stitch marker, but I did not finish my single crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my next stitch marker, which is right here, and I'm going to finish off my single crochet in the next stitch marker, which I just pulled that out, and I pulled that out. So I have put my hook in that stitch, and now I'm completing it. I'm completing that single crochet in the other stitch. Now you're just going to single crochet all the way to your chain 2 space, and in your chain 2 space you're going to put 2 single crochets, chain 2 single crochets, and then you're going to single crochet all the way to the next stitch marker, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you are going to single crochet in this stitch, and then you're gonna slip stitch to the top of your chain 2 when you get to this side. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to finish that up off camera, and then when I get back I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I finished and see now these are together, and now what we have done, just pull this down so you guys can see, is we have made our armholes. Now before we move on, I need to tell you to actually try on this. At this moment you want to try this on and make sure that your arms fit through this hole, because if they do not fit through this hole, you would need to take this the white off that we just did, and in here when you get ready to single crochet it together, if this is too small and you need to expand it or you need to make more room, you can chain. So you can start off with maybe like 4 chains and then single crochet to the next stitch, your next stitch marker, and then you can try it on and see if it fits. If it still doesn't fit, you can add more chains to make this bigger so you can actually fit your arm in there comfortably. This is the time to try this on to make sure it fits, because if you go any further without trying it on and you find out when you put it on that it doesn't, the arms aren't right or it doesn't fit right, you're gonna have to take this the whole thing apart. You're gonna have to take everything you do after this all apart, and that would be kind of like a pain in the butt. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start our next round, which will be rounds 8 and 9. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut off our white because we do not need that at the moment. Our next color is our pink. So we're going to go ahead and get our pink. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue our pattern like we were doing. So I slip stitch. Now I need to chain 2. So I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Pull that. Pull my tails, make sure they're tight. So now that we have our pink attached, the first thing we're going to do, because we have to increase here but decrease, we have to increase and also decrease to keep our dress straight and so it doesn't get all like wobbly or wonky or whatever. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to decrease. So right here you're going to do just a basic single crochet decrease. So you're going to go in, then you're going to grab your yarn, then you're going to go into the next stitch, grab your yarn, yarn over and pull through all of them. And that's our decrease. Now we're going to continue with our half double crochets all the way to our chain 2 space. And in our chain 2 space, we're going to put 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets. So we're just going to go ahead and finish that up.
Run away, crystalline.
Okay, so I'm at my chain 2 space, and again into the chain 2 space is 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 half double crochets. There we go. And then after you've done that, you want to go ahead and continue to half double crochet till you get to the last 2 stitches right before you get to the chains. So I'm just gonna continue to do that. Okay, so now we're going to decrease, and you're going to come right here and you're just going to do 4 decreases all together. You're going to decrease 4 stitches together. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my hook. Yarn over, pull through all. And that's how we're going to do it. Now you're just going to repeat what we just did. So, you're going to start off, and you're going to, when you start off, which is here, you're starting here, you're just going to go ahead all the way till you get to, you're going to half double crochet all the way till you get to your chain 2, putting your 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. Now, you're going to need to decrease 4 stitches. Since you increased by 4 here, you're gonna need to decrease by 4 on the sides, and then you're gonna continue on until you get to your chain 2 on this side, and do the same thing here. And then when you get here, you're going to have to decrease here too. So I just wanted to show you how to do the slip stitch. So right here in the middle, we're just going to do 4. We're going to decrease 4 together. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Decrease, and then I'm going to go ahead and half double crochet there, and then a slip stitch right there. Now in the future, these will probably kind of merge together, so you'll end up doing your decrease here, and then your slip stitch will probably be right on top of it. You're just going to do your decrease like normal, and if your slip stitch ends up being on top of your decrease, you just chain 1 and add your new yarn and continue to keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to finish that up off camera, and then you're just going to continue that pattern. You're going to continue just like we were doing before, with the 2 pinks, then the white, then the 2 yellows, then the white, and continuing and continuing until your dress is the length that you wanted. Once I get mine to the length I wanted, we're going to come back and we're going to do our arms, and then we'll do the neck. done with our actual dress, we're going to go ahead and start on our neck. And we're going to start with a slip knot. And then we're just going to attach our next color of yarn at the top of the sleeve with a slip stitch. And then once we have our slip stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet in that same stitch as the slip stitch. And then we're just going to continue on doing half double crochets all the way around. We will not join when we connect, but we will actually change the colors like we did with the other ones. And whenever you are changing your colors, remember that before you finish your last stitch, you're going to finish the last stitch with the new color. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to continue this off camera, and of course I'll try the dress on to make sure that the top is the way I like it, but I'll make sure to show the progress that I do as I continue on.